Jeremiah chapter 52. Zedekiah is a son of 21 years in his reigning, and he has reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And the name of his mother is Hamutal, daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. And he does evil in the eyes of Yahweh, according to all that Jehoiakim has done. For because of the anger of Yahweh, it has been in Jerusalem and Judah, until he has cast them before his face, and Zedekiah rebels against the king of Babylon. And it comes to pass in the 9th year of his reign, in the 10th month, on the 10th of the month, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, has come, he and all his force, against Jerusalem. And they encamp against it, and build a fortification all around. And the city comes into siege until the 11th year of King Zedekiah. In the 4th month, on the 9th of the month, when the famine is severe in the city, and there has been no bread for the people of the land, then the city is broken up, and all the men of war flee, and go forth from the city by night, the way of the gate between the two walls that is by the king's garden. And the Chaldeans are by the city all around, and they go the way of the plain. And the forces of the Chaldeans pursue after the king, and overtake Zedekiah in the plains of Jericho, and all his forces have been scattered from him. And they capture the king, and bring him up to the king of Babylon at Riblah, in the land of Hamath. And he speaks with him judgments. And the king of Babylon slaughters the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes. And he has also slaughtered all the princes of Judah in Riblah. And he has blinded the eyes of Zedekiah, and he binds him in bronze chains. And the king of Babylon brings him to Babylon, and puts him in the house of inspection to the day of his death. And in the 5th month, on the 10th of the month, it is the 19th year of King Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, Nebuzar-Adan, chief of the executioners, has come. He has stood before the king of Babylon in Jerusalem. And he burns the house of Yahweh, and the house of the king, and all the houses of Jerusalem, even every great house, he has burned with fire. And all the forces of the Chaldeans that are with the chief of the executioners have broken down all the walls of Jerusalem. And of the poor of the people, and the remnant of the people who are left in the city, and those who are defecting, who have defected to the king of Babylon, and the remnant of the multitude, Nebuzar-Adan, chief of the executioners, has removed. And of the poor of the land, Nebuzar-Adan, chief of the executioners, has left for vinedressers and for farmers. And the pillars of bronze that are in the house of Yahweh, and the bases and the bronze sea that is in the house of Yahweh, the Chaldeans have broken, and they carry away all the bronze of them to Babylon. And the pots and the shovels and the snuffers and the bowls and the spoons and all the vessels of bronze with which they minister, they have taken away. And the basins and the firepans and the bowls and the pots and the lampstands and the spoons and the cups, the gold of that which is gold, and the silver of that which is silver, the chief of the executioners has taken. The 2 pillars, the 1 sea, and the 12 bronze oxen that are beneath the bases, that King Solomon made for the house of Yahweh, there was no weighing of the bronze of all these vessels. As for the pillars, 18 cubits is the height of the 1 pillar, and a cord of 12 cubits goes around it, and its thickness is 4 fingers hollow. And the capital on it is of bronze, and the height of the 1 capital is 5 cubits, and network and pomegranates are on the capital all around. The whole is of bronze, and like these the 2nd pillar, and pomegranates. And the pomegranates are 96 on a side. All the pomegranates are 100 on the network all around. And the chief of the executioners takes Seraiah the head priest, and Zephaniah the 2nd priest, and the 3 keepers of the threshold. And he has taken a certain eunuch out of the city, who has been inspector over the men of war, and 7 men of those seeking the king's face, who have been found in the city, and the head scribe of the host, who musters the people of the land, and 60 men of the people of the land, who are found in the midst of the city. And Nebuzar-Adan, chief of the executioners, takes them, and brings them to the king of Babylon at Riblah. And the king of Babylon strikes them, and puts them to death in Riblah, in the land of Hamath, and he removes Judah from off its own ground. This is the people whom Nebuchadnezzar has removed. In the 7th year of Jews, 3023, in the 18th year of Nebuchadnezzar, from Jerusalem, 832 souls. In the 23rd year of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuzar-Adan, chief of the guard, has removed of Jewish souls 745. All the souls are 4,600. And it comes to pass, in the 37th year of the expulsion of Jehoiachin, king of Judah, in the 12th month, on the 25th of the month, evil Merodach, king of Babylon, has lifted up in the year of his reign the head of Jehoiachin, king of Judah, and brings him out from the house of restraint, and speaks good things with him, and sets his throne above the throne of the kings who are with him in Babylon. And he has changed his prison garments, and he has continually eaten bread before him all the days of his life. And his allowance, a continual allowance, has been given to him by the king of Babylon, the matter of a day in its day, until the day of his death, all the days of his life.